If you come here, you're going to be the average of like the founders of Dropbox and Airbnb and Twitch. But like if you're a founder, you should move here. What up, guys? It's me, your favorite founder's favorite founder. Back at it again. It's Justin. Back in San Francisco. Back where we started. I've come not very far in the last 20 years. But yeah, just doing SF things, walking around, day drinking. Today we're going to do this video on whether SF is back or not. Because there's all these rumors, everybody's always like, SF is dead. It's a rotting corpse. It's filled with drug-addicted, homeless zombies, and all sorts of other derisive things. I think that people in, it's not dead, it's not dead. The guy's got a pizza oven on a military truck. If that's not a beating heartbeat of a city, I don't know what is. Anyways, all these fucking guys, commentators on the internet, the Tucker Carlsons of the world are always like, SF fucking sucks, and every time there's negative news about San Francisco, you know, someone just gets stabbed in the street, people jump to conclusions about how San Francisco is over. So we're gonna dive in and do some investigative journalism right now. So I'm gonna give you guys a tour of the outside of the first Justin TV office we had. It's down an alley where people used to take dumps. The Creamery. This is the spot. This is like where all the deals used to happen. I hired so many people. Can you see it? At the Creamery. This guy's driving a one wheel around. SF is back, baby. One wheel. All right, here we are. I used to work on both sides of this street. Our atrium office was here. This Swinerton building. Much nicer office than the this other one, but the company was not successful, which proves that office quality does not correlate with startup success. All right, here we are. When we were renting our first atrium office in 2017, I went to the building we rented as our Twitch office that we got after this office, which is down at 3rd and Market. And the woman who was touring it was like, she was like, well, what's your name? I'm like, oh, I'm Justin. And she was like, oh, Justin's a really lucky name. There's this company, Justin TV, that became Twitch. She was like selling me on the building because it was like, oh, Twitch was here. Like, great. But they had jacked the price up like 50% or something, so I was like, fuck this place. All right, so here it is. This is the first, this Clyde Street is the first in Soma, the first Justin TV office, which, you know, this company became Twitch, so we should be right in here. This building over here is a great one. People used to take dumps like right here. Look, I mean, it looks like somebody very stained here, so maybe not that much has changed. But there's no active trash, which is different. Like, there used to be piles of trash here. I had a first motorcycle here, dropped it right over there. Wow, wow. It smells like shit over here. Jesus. All right, let's get out of here. We're gonna drive by, what's next? Moscone. And then we're going on our way to the Y Combinator event.
You said Dan's gonna speak?
Yeah, they asked Dan. Last year I got to speak. It was on a topic that's not still related to your startup. So you could talk about any topic not related to your startup. And so mine was about things I learned about leadership from Burning Man, which is a lot. And then Daniel, he doesn't know what to write about. And so, or he doesn't know what to talk about. So he's, I don't know, something about, like, Michael told him he could do cruise in 5 years and 10 years. It sounds very related to his startup. And not super compelling, to be honest. I mean, hopefully it's like, yeah, you can sit in a car and then it drives you around. Hello. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Can I bring my cameraman in? I'm making a video on whether SF is back or not.
I think so, yeah. I
won't talk to anyone, I promise.
I'd say go for it. I'll go check it with Lizzie and let her know.
All right, we got Michael Seibel, runs the SCORE YC program, and he's going to weigh on whether SF is back or not.
SF, it never left.
Never left.
It never went away.
Even when there was it was a ghost town outside your house.
I was still there.
In an ivory tower floating above the clouds of SF.
The tower still stands.
All right, so you think everybody, like, if you're a founder, you should move here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've never not thought that. Literally.
Been the only consistent person.
Yes.
Everywhere. Like, you have the.
Well, except for Miami.
When you moved to Miami.
No, if you're not good as a founder, you should move to Miami.
R.I.P.
But if you're good, San Francisco or the Bay Area. Bay Area. You like the suburbs? You know, they're suburbs. Yeah.
Why is it important to move here?
You know, I was trying to think about what this place is, and I think I realized it's where the smart people are.
You want to be, you're the average of the 5 people you're closest to.
Yeah. So you go to a good school, not because the teachers are great, but because they accept smart people. So you go to a good city because it's where the smart people are.
If you come here, you're going to be the average of like the founders of Dropbox and Airbnb and Twitch.
Are you filming, man? Come on, give me a hug.
Dalton, is SF back? YC partner Dalton Caldwell.
How you doing?
He tried to send me his company that's now worth $3 billion. He was like, you should invest in this company, and then we didn't invest.
How do you remember this?
Because I bring it up to my partner every time time we meet. I'm like, we did, anyway.
And it's a good company.
I know. It's one of those ones where I would forever owe him, and I still do forever owe him, but I don't reap any of the benefit, which is confusing.
Well, and it's right up your alley. It's your. It's
yeah,
like your
I know. We don't.
All right, sorry. Okay.
No, I don't want to put them on blast. I mean, they're probably putting me on blast.
No, they don't care.
I know they don't care now. They're like that fucking fool. Anyway, so why is SF back?
Okay, SF is back because we went through the trough of sorrow in the hype cycle.
Yeah.
And, people were too pumped about it. Then we went way down.
Yeah.
And then it's been building back up, and now it's like under-hyped. And so there's alpha in it now.
Yes.
Because it was under-hyped. And like the early people are realizing they're all moving back, but they're being quiet about it. All the people that loudly talked about moving out are quietly moving back.
Yeah.
You're one. Okay.
I'm one of them. I loudly on Twitter, I was like, I'm done with SF. Where should I move? And then now I've quietly. I made this video. I'm making this video, but I quietly moved back. I didn't announce it on Twitter. Oh, I'm back in SF.
Yeah. Well, you are. And so this is what's happening. Yeah. So then all the second and third degree people are going to notice that you did that.
Yes.
And then it's definitely going to be done.
Yes.
Right? You're like the pioneer.
So if you're a founder, should you move here?
If
just
at
be
all
honest,
possible, yes. All the smart people that get into YC get a visa and move here. No joke.
There we go.
And so they should.
That was very compelling. Very compelling. Did you move back to SF?
Yes.
See? She's another one. I'm sorry. This is Garvin from Mixer, and he was in the remote back, and now he's in SF. I think I've met a bunch of my friends here who have like silently moved back from Miami. They didn't announce it on Twitter.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah. And now they're like, they didn't put it out there.
Yeah.
But they're like, it's great. They deleted their past tweets.
Yeah. A lot of friends moved to Hayes Valley for the
Cerebral Valley.
Yeah,
that's where it's at. Maybe we should go investigate.
You maybe should. Yeah, there's some good underground AI over there. And by underground, I mean it's really loud.
Okay, we're here for Dance Talk. He's gonna appear after he gets some alcohol to calm his nerves.
So as you probably know, we've launched our cars in San Francisco, Austin, and Phoenix. We are rolling it out. We are expanding it as rapidly as we can. Every major city in the US will have autonomous vehicles. And at this point, they'll be pretty prevalent. And there will be people pushing to outlaw non-autonomous vehicles because they're just less predictable. You have people who literally are causing accidents because they can't stop looking at their phone driving around in the world.
You're like that way? Okay, all right, we're gonna go look for Gary. All right, guys, we're headed to Burning Man. Just kidding. I came back from Burning Man, and now we've got to take all my Burning Man stuff to get it dry cleaned so that I can get it dirty next year. Let's go. When I lived here before, my house got broken into several times. I had a homeless guy. I woke up one morning, he was like on my roof. I had racist graffitied on my house once. So there was crime to contend with, per se. But now, I don't know. When I first moved to SF back in 2006, it was kind of like up and coming for probably the third time. There was like, I feel like during the .com boom, it was kind of up and coming, and like people were moving to SF and building startups in SF. And then the .com boom ended, and SF tech was not like really happening in SF. And then all these like companies like Facebooks and Googles, etc., were in down south of the peninsula. But then when I started, I moved out to SF in 2006. 2006, it was like, okay, now there's a new wave of companies that were starting in SF or moving to SF. So like the Dropboxes, Reddits, Twitches of the world. SF became the center of gravity for that generation of tech companies. There was a lot of young founders. It was kind of like this social network. People were, they just kind of like hang out and meet each other, and all these people who were working on building new technologies would be friends. We're all kind of starting off at the same time. It's kind of like how Katy Perry and Kesha were friends before they got famous, except way less cool and with a lot more dudes. Anyways, it was cool. It was good to build our social network there in that beginning because you got to kind of work with a bunch of people who were building the future together and excited about the type of technology we could build, and it's very, it's kind of like exciting. And I do get that sense a little bit now, especially with the AI founders. There's a lot of AI founders here, and they're all like palpable excitement in the air about what you can do with AI. It feels like a real technology wave that's happening. So, it could be good. If SF is back and like young founders are moving here, it could be really good for their social networks and for people who are in their like early 20s. I hope it's back for that reason. There's no parking. That's a sign that SF is back. During the pandemic, you could drive everywhere and there was like infinite parking. It was intensely amazing. Now there's no parking. People looking at me like they've never seen Burning Man before. Come on, we're living in the future, truly. Except this doesn't work. There's no tap to pay. What kind of crime is that? Still haven't figured it out. SF is definitely back. What's the minimum? 12 minutes. We're on the clock. All right, let's go. Look at this, it looks really nice here. Garbage truck, people doing their jobs. The municipality is working. SF is back. Garbage all over the street. SF is a wasteland. SF is a wasteland. This all depends on your context, your angle. Does the jacket make me stand out? Hey, all right, we're gonna drop off some stuff. Hello. Drop off some jobs. I think great. I'm amazing. How are you?
Really well.
Yeah, you guys have amazing Yelp reviews.
Oh yes, this is the number one in the state of California.
Number one?
In the state of California.
Mulberries, you heard it.
Yeah.
Right here. We're making a little video on whether San Francisco is back. What do you think?
It's nice, very nice.
It's great again, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. The sun is shining outside. You know, when you drop off stuff, you have anxiety. I have anxiety.
Yeah.
But here I feel very safe.
You all set?
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, bye, Jose.
Bye.
We got boxed in by a FedEx truck. SF is back. Should I just start honking nonstop? That would be very antisocial. Sometimes you gotta just like be patient, you know, put yourself in situations where gotta wait. It's like training your executive function. And look, here he is. He's taking his time. Taking his time. All right, so should we drive by Union Square and see if SF is back? Oh, you know, the importance of building out that social network if you are a young founder. And I do think it's good. It's a little hard when you make all your connections remotely, you know, and you're not really seeing people in person. Sometimes it can be hard to really get close to other founders. It's good to have like a network, I found. One of my things I advise most of the founders that I know and talk to and advise is like, you always want to find a peer group of other founders, preferably at your level or just a little bit ahead of you, where you can just talk about honestly about what is going on in your company, in your life. Just get a sounding board, you know? And if you can, just schedule a regular meeting once a month, something like that. Make sure that everyone agrees to keep everything confidential so you have trust. And you'll find that if you do this regularly, you'll get a lot of benefit out of it. Part of this thing called YPO, it's like a CEO group that does this. Got a lot of benefit from being able to have a sounding board that I meet with regularly, and they have context in your life and can kind of tell you if you're bullshit or if you're doing things right, or they have experience. Hacker Health. That stuff is definitely back. Biohacker Health. That's like straight out of Silicon Valley. Are you a biohacker? Do you want to live to 1,000? Biohacker Health. I always wanted to be a voice actor when I was younger, do movie trailers. In a world where all human needs are met, one company reigns supreme. This company has unlocked the key to immortality. Biohacker Health. We're gonna drive through Union Square and see if there's people walking around. It's Saturday, so there should be, you would think.
Today is also the release of the new iPhone.
Today is the release of the new iPhone. Does anyone care about the new iPhones anymore?
We're so excited you could join us today.
We're about to find out.
I haven't gotten I've gotten a new iPhone almost every time, to be honest, but it just seems more like a chore than I'm getting anything. It's like, oh, I've gotta upgrade to the new iPhone. Now I gotta wipe all my old iPhone and do the backup, and it's like a pain in the ass to do it, and I don't think there's a very much marginal benefit. The only thing I got from the last iPhone is now the screen is on in my pocket, which is, I'm not sure why that's good. I don't have eyes in my pocket. So yeah, it's very questionable whether there's any marginal utility in upgrading from iPhone. Well, I guess it was 13 Pro to 14 Pro. Now it's on 15 Pro, right? What's supposed to be good about 15 Pro?
USB. They changed the lightning cord.
Nice. So now I have to throw out all my lightning cables. I gotta not only pay Apple another $1,000, I gotta throw out literally all my lightning cables for what? Yeah, so I'm not compelled. I'm not particularly compelled. I'm gonna wait, and I recommend you do the same. The traffic here used to be obscene, would be the best way to put it. Building that's covered in graffiti. SF is dead. This looks derelict right here. We're gonna drive through some sus places. Through Polk Street, and then we're gonna go over, can't remember technically what that part is, and then we're gonna go into the Tenderloin, dun dun dun, and see whether SF is back. Row of Teslas, SF is back. Oh, it's a Volvo. SF is dead. Granted, is this video in focus? I should have checked it.
No, I checked it now. I songs.
The last couple videos have not been in fights. Looking pretty clean here. Look at this. This is not the part of the city where I would say it normally would be the cleanest part. This is quite compelling. Stockton, we're missing Union Square. This is what happens when you don't live somewhere for a couple of years and then you come back, tending to be a local. That corner building looks incredibly unoccupied. Truck just cut me off. SF is dead. I feel like rude driving actually probably indicates it's back, to be honest. I mean, probably people selling touristy bullshit is an indicator that it's back. Oh, there's a line in front of the Apple store right here, look. People still give a shit about iPhone 15 Pro. Why? Very unclear, but they're lining up like sheeple. You'd think this was a Supreme, the way they're lined up. This guy's in a TikTok hoodie over there. He has a compelling reason to get one. I mean, look, it looks pretty good. In Union Square right here, it does not look derelict. This looks good. This is better than I've seen it in years. Feels cleaned up. There's tourists walking around, the Gucci store's open. You know, people are doing things, living life. Life finds a way. SF's under construction. That's a very SF is back thing. Forever construction along the major corridors.
Those malls are all closed.
The mall's closed.
Westfield
closed entirely?
I think it's starting to close up.
Oh, wow. SF is dead. It's not dead as it used to be, for sure. This area used to be a lot more popping off back when I moved here. I feel like a lot of people just don't do the things they were used to. Like, I used to go to movies all the time, a long ass time. And it's not just that I have kids. It's like, why do you need to go to movies when you got Instagram? Instagram is much more compelling and you don't have to go anywhere. It's kind of a depressing thought. These movie cinephiles everywhere are rolling in their graves. There's a self-driving car in front of us. SF is back, baby. It's a Waymo. SF is dead. I mean, it looks fine here. It looks fine, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any encampments. I think SF is back. Looks like SF is back. I mean, people seem to think it is anyways. So, I don't know, draw your own conclusions, but that's the video. If you like it, you know what to do. Smash that like button, kick that subscribe button, and if you don't like it, well, you get what you pay for. If you have a startup and you want me to do the voiceover for your commercial, I'll do it. I'll do it for cheap. What's a good starter rate for me as a new voice actor? Like $100? I'm not SAG. No. $100? No,
way more.
It's too cheap. 500.
Yeah.
Make a $500 donation to SF Glide. I'll do your. I think 500 is steep for my quality of talent.